I may occasionally remind you to talk more into the mic because it's an auditory medium. All right, we're at the Haynes Pavilion at the Gallatin County Fairgrounds, and we are here with the Gallatin Roller Derby, Gallatin Roller Girls with a Z.
Formerly Girls with a Z, now
Okay.
just Gallatin Roller Derby.
Now just the GRD.
Your Mike needs a little Viagra.
Renee's gonna fix it. It's
got
good.
the twist.
Renee, tell me your last name.
Mattimoe.
Renee Mattimoe.
Dame
And
Grenade.
Dame Grenade.
Nice.
Kelsey Clark, Mauled Whiskey.
Correct.
That's your skating name, and what do we call it? Just a nickname?
Derby name.
Derby name. All right. Renee's more of the official statistician, former Derby gal.
I'm a head NSO, non-skating official.
Head NSO, and Kelsey's head coach.
Yeah.
All right, very cool. And yeah, this is where we are.
We're in the
and
rink.
It's exciting to be here.
It is. So I had no idea until fairly recently, because I'm friends with Ashley, that Gallatin Valley has an all-female roller derby team. How long have you guys been doing this?
Since 2011, that's when the team first started. And at that time, they were practicing outside in Bogert Pavilion.
Oh, wow.
Luckily, we're in this beautiful indoor space with a smooth floor now.
Yeah.
But I guess we could do a better job of publicity. Hopefully, this will help more people find out who didn't know about it before.
I know. Yeah. No, it's totally fun to come out and watch.
And you became certified in 2015. Is that what I read on the website?
Yeah, so there's a governing body called the Women's Flat Track Derby Association that runs playoffs and manages changes to the rule set, which are getting less frequent, but we're coming pretty fast and furious in the early 2010s era.
Okay.
And so they sanction teams and games when they know that you know what you're doing, and you have officials who know what they're doing and can keep track of what happened in a game so that you have a written record.
These things are important.
Yes.
All right.
They are.
And how many roller derby girls are there in the
On
Gallatin
our team,
Roller
there
Derby?
are just over 30 right now.
Okay.
Okay. What for our audience? What is roller derby?
Holy cow.
Yes, in your own words. I mean, besides like stuff that we saw in like the 80s and 90s.
I remember
there was,
watching
like,
it
a
on
TV
TV,
show.
and they're on
Yeah.
rollerblades, and they're flinging each other
Seemed
over
kind
the
of
fence.
violent.
Yeah,
Over
it's
the
a full
bar.
contact sport.
Yeah.
It's played on roller skates, so the quads, not roller blades. Although refs can wear blades if they prefer.
That would be you, Joe.
Yeah.
Joe's a rollerblader.
I'm a blader. Whatever.
I've heard it compared to playing chess while someone throws bricks at your head. Though
Okay.
that's not quite accurate because no one should be trying to contact your head.
Okay, that's a roll. Okay.
I also like to say that it's like football, but there are two balls, and both of the balls are roller
People?
skaters.
Yeah.
Okay.
Got it. And are you're skating in a circle? Is there something involved? Like, how do you win points? How do you gain? How do you win at
So
roller derby?
there's a pack.
Okay.
The pack is the largest amount of skaters with someone from both teams. At least one skater from each team
Okay.
to be the pack. You can have 4 skaters from one team and no one from the other team, and that's not the pack.
Okay.
You have to have skaters from both teams to be the pack. So, and that skating, that pack is moving around the track, and then the jammers are the girls that have a star on their helmet. That's who scores the points. They're the ball. So they get a point for every skater on the opposite team who they pass in that pack as they go around.
Got
Does
it.
the pack just stay in one place, or is the pack
No, the pack
constantly
is moving.
Yeah, they-
It's not constantly moving because sometimes it does get a little bogged down,
Yeah.
but it is moving.
And they're making defensive moves.
Yeah.
Over the decades, it's evolved. It used to be a lot more of a race, and
Okay.
now the blockers, as we call the pack skaters, are more often trying to be as slow as they can and get in the jammers' way rather than trying to out sprint the jammers.
Okay, so there's a little bit of rugby. Right, I'm just trying to think of it in
Yeah.
terms of sports that I know
A little bit
and
of hockey. We
understand.
have a penalty box, so
Yeah.
if you if you do something illegal, an illegal hit or action, you get sent to the penalty box.
What is an illegal
Yeah.
hit, referee?
So
Referee Renee.
so I like to say whatever a hospital gown covers is safe to hit.
So you can punch someone in the tit.
Yep.
Okay.
You can't punch them.
Well, you can't punch because
Right.
you can't hit with that part.
Can you
but
grab
you
it
can
and startle them?
Well, you can't. So a hospital gown doesn't
We
cover your
frequently
elbows
happens
or
to
your
your teammates.
arms, right? So you can get a forearm because you use this part of your arm. You can't use your elbows. You can't use your hands.
Oh, got
but you
it.
can hit somebody with your shoulder, right?
A lot of body checks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
But you
I thought you were
can't
saying
hit
whatever it
down the
covers,
middle
you
of
can
the.
hit. Okay,
Yes, you
got
can
it.
hit whatever it covers. You can hit and you can hit with whatever it covers. So down the middle of your back, a hospital gown is open. You can't hit down the middle of the back.
The spine
The
off
spine.
limits.
The head is off
Okay.
limits. You can't kick. You can't throw elbows. You can't punch.
Got
All
it.
of those would be illegal
Right.
actions.
So
You
like
can throw a punch
Rules
with
for
your butt.
toddlers. Okay.
When
Okay.
it comes to the like physical girl on girl violence, is it closer to like a slumber party pillow fight or MMA? What's the degree of
You don't
violence
know what a
that we
slumber
see
party
here?
pillow fight even looks
Yeah, those
like.
are both
Why
pretty
you-
similar, actually. I don't know difference.
I think
Is it-
men
does
in
it
their
get
brains,
super-
Like, what's happening?
Yeah, are we angry at each other? Are we
I don't
really
know that
going
we're
after
angry
each
at each
other?
other, but we're aggressive.
Yeah.
It's very aggressive.
Is there smack talk
Definitely knock
beforehand?
people down.
There can be smack talk beforehand. Like
That'd
it's
be great.
hilarious
Yeah.
we have a derby persona, right? Like I'm a mom of 7, but when
Yeah.
I'm on the track, I'm not that person.
Right.
I am Dame Grenade.
Right. They don't know that you're wetting yourself a little at every round.
Probably not.
Yeah. I would hide that too.
Yeah.
Are there a lot of injuries? Tell me some of the injuries
There
you've
are
seen
injuries.
in roller derby.
I've broken my wrist twice, broken legs, broken ankles,
Got it.
arms.
Yeah, it's not super common, not every game, and I think maybe not even more often than people injure themselves, skiing or mountain biking or any of the other amazing yet slightly dangerous sports that we
Yeah.
all enjoy
Yeah.
around here.
I mean, with all the violence and the broken bones and things like that, like what keeps you coming back? What do you love the most about this sport?
I think there's a real camaraderie among teammates. You're challenging yourself every day. You're pushing through things that are difficult to do. And I think when you do that together a lot, it really forges bonds and brings you together.
Yeah,
Feel that,
Derby
yeah.
family is definitely a thing, and there is a place for everyone in Derby. All body types and sizes. You can have shy wallflowers. You can have really type A aggressive personalities. They both find a place in Derby. If like I decided maybe this isn't my thing being out here on the track, but there were lots of other things that I could still do in Derby, and I've traveled all over doing those things in Derby. I've been invited to come to the East Coast, like we'll give you a couch to sleep on, we'll feed you, come out here and officiate our
Okay.
games for us. I've officiated in probably 5 different states. If you want to travel and do it, you could do it all the time.
So this is a nationwide activity, sport.
Worldwide.
It's a worldwide sport.
Yeah.
Oh, that's amazing. And you do it for the sense of community. And is there an element of just like getting your aggression of your normal life
Oh,
out?
sure. It makes me a better parent. Coming to practice, because you have that. You get that adrenaline and you get to just go all out. And then
Yeah.
I'd get home and be like, oh, how are you? How was your day today? And then I have to come home and be like, well, why did you do the dishes? Whatever. Like you had that outlet
Yeah.
to do that. So.
Yeah, it's great stress relief.
I feel,
Why?
yeah, I understand that.
Well, you got an ice pack on
I
your
do that
elbow.
on roller coasters. I don't know why. I do that on roller coasters.
Yeah, adrenaline.
Yeah, I had a mom once in front of me screaming, and their child was like, "Why are you screaming so much?" And she goes, "Mom's getting over screaming out."
Yeah.
Just keep going down the hill, and I was like, "Yeah, I understand that."
Give me some a memory or two that you will never forget, despite all the concussions that you've gotten in this activity.
Okay, so the only time my name has ever been said I was a blocker. So they don't call your name when you're a blocker. They call your name when you're a jammer. 'Cause
Dame
you're
Grenade
the one
doesn't-
everybody's watching,
doesn't
right?
get any
When you're a
shout-outs.
blocker, your job is to be in the way, right? You're stopping somebody. So we were having a scrimmage in here with actually I think it was a game, like we were having a bout. So there was audience, but it was us against us. It was a mixer. And one of the other girls on our team who's very intimidating, I saw her coming out of the corner of my eye and thought, oh yeah, I'm gonna get hit. And she, on that corner, hit me off the track. Hit me so hard I went off the track. And the announcer said, Dame Grenade just took a really hard hit from Little Stout. And I jumped up and was like, they said my name! Because I never
It's your
heard my
moment.
name. Yeah, like I got back up because that's the whole thing. You're gonna get hit, you're gonna fall down, you're gonna get knocked over, whatever. But you just get back up and keep doing it because it's fun.
Yeah.
Right, right. Yeah. Do you have one that stands out for you?
Oh, sure. There's so many. There's
Which got Mauled Whiskey.
a skater on our team, Whippersnapper. This is actually going to be her final game this weekend, which is a little sad. But I remember she's just a sweetheart, so kind to everybody. I remember blocking with her, and we were doing a really excellent job holding this poor jammer back. They were super frustrated, and Whippersnapper just started giving the jammer encouragement.
Oh.
You're doing great. Keep pushing. Hang in there.
Yeah. I love that. That's great. That's team sports.
Yeah,
with
you don't
women,
get that
for sure.
many sports.
So, are there any specific requirements to be a roller derby member? Like, clearly, no
18.
hemophiliacs.
Yeah, I mean, you made it sound like there's some pretty stout ladies doing this. Do you have to do that, or can
No, like I said, all body sizes. You can be 5 foot nothing and 100 pounds, or you can be 6'4" and 300 pounds, and it doesn't matter. You're both going to play.
Right.
So
Everybody's got a role.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think that's one of the great things about Derby. And you don't even have to know how to skate when you start. We will teach you to skate with no experience. Most of our skaters started with no previous roller skating experience.
Come on.
Yeah.
And then you learn over the course of it how
Yeah,
to,
so we do 2
how to
months of
quad.
just skate skills before we start any of the contact, learn some of the rules at the same time. And our next boot camp starts September 23rd.
Yeah, I mean, is this a
Anyone who wants
thing
to
where
learn.
anybody can just come and what is the
Yeah.
boot camp?
It's an 8-week program. We can loan you some gear to start out, and you come. We've got practice Mondays and Wednesdays, 7 to 9, so 4 hours a week. And we'll start from the very basics of try to stand up and skate forward without falling over. We'll teach you the different stops, backwards skating, transitions and turning around, and go through all the rules because there are a lot of them, and most people don't know the rules of roller derby, haven't grown up learning it like you have
Okay.
baseball or
No.
basketball.
Yeah. We also teach you a little bit of how to fall safely.
Right. This is not a soft, forgiving surface. That
No. I see that you guys
here.
have pads on.
Yes.
Yes, lots of
important.
pads.
What
Knee
kind of pads do roller
wrist
derby?
pads,
Okay.
elbow, helmet,
Okay.
mouth
Mouth
guard. Some
Kinda
of us
like
have butt pads on underneath our shorts.
Like skater gear, but like a
Hockey.
little more, hockey.
Right? I
Yeah,
mean,
yeah, similar.
almost.
Yeah, we don't have the full
Shoulder
chest shoulder
pads.
protection.
Yeah.
That most of the
Although
rest.
some girls do wear
yeah,
like
some
hex shirts.
yeah,
Yeah.
you can get those.
I probably would.
Do you have to show up with a nickname, or do
No.
you get the nickname during boot camp?
Both. Some people come with, my mom always called me pork chop, and we're like, all right, I guess it's pork chop. And then sometimes it evolves from something that happens. Sometimes you think you have your name, and then that's not your name, and it changes.
But you do get to choose it, so it's
Okay.
it's not assigned by other people. It's something that you get to find what makes
like
you
that.
feel tough and empowered.
What is the origin story of Mauled Whiskey?
Nothing very specific. I was just brainstorming things that seemed Montana related and made me feel tough. And that's
Nice.
what I settled on.
That's a good
All
one.
right. And how about Dame Grenade?
So when I first started, I wanted to be hostile uterus because I have 6 boys, and I was diagnosed with hostile uterus.
I
couldn't
was
have girl
too,
children.
and I was like me.
Yeah, and I thought it was a perfect derby name, right?
Absolutely.
Female, but it's also a medical condition. And then I was 43 when I started roller derby, so I had the knowledge to be like, I wouldn't want someone to come to a game and hear that and have it affect them in a way that they weren't prepared for.
They
so then I
suffer
was
from
like,
that.
I have to be like better. And one of my friends was like, she was texting me, and she said, my phone auto-corrected Renee to Grenade. And I'm like, that would make such a good derby name.
Yes.
And so I used to belong to a motorcycle club called the Tenacious Dames. And so I had my Dame stuff, and I just became Dame Grenade.
That's a good name.
All right.
That's a good story.
Great. You will also, you'll always be hostile uterus
Right.
to
So
me.
we do have one skater who isn't with us anymore who still calls me Uter. That was, she
Uter.
would yell it across, and I'd be like, nobody knows what you're talking about anymore. There's nobody from that time here.
You did. Yeah.
If Michelle were to participate, what
I-
can we spitball a couple of names that she
I
might?
don't know my full personality yet.
Right.
You get to
They
choose
think
Right.
it.
really-
Well, Michelle's
and you
kind
do.
of close to missile, so you can.
Yeah.
kinda like-
I came up with a few in the bathroom before coming here, but it was what was it? Shell cracker, which I feel like is kind of weird because I'm white, so maybe not. But that's funny. I thought kitchen staples would be kind of funny because I love to cook and bake, and I was just thinking forehead staples. But yeah,
Okay.
ooh, Southern Shell. It's because I'm from Alabama.
Right.
Oh, me too.
Oh, nice. Nice. I'm from Auburn. He's from Birmingham.
Yeah.
Huntsville.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah. Right
that's
up
Vegas.
the road. Right up the road. But yeah, those are ones. But yeah, Shellcracker would be kind of funny, but then I'd worry that people would think it was some sort of racist name. What are your thoughts, Joe? Joe's my editor.
It sounds to me like you have to do it a little bit before you discover who
Right.
your derby, like inside
Persona is.
Yeah.
persona is. So yeah, I would give it time.
Yeah.
Honestly.
We also recommend that you figure out a shortened version of your name because people aren't going to ever say your whole
Yeah.
name.
Right.
So
Yeah,
they're
2
gonna-
syllables at most
Yeah, they're
on the
going to
track.
reduce it to something. So you could come up with a really great name that has no really great reductions, and you're not going to like what people end up calling
Oh,
you.
yeah, yeah.
So because that will evolve also by itself. But again,
Shell crack.
Yeah.
That's 2 syllables there. That might work. I don't
Yeah.
know. Yeah. We'll keep going back and forth on this. I'll start a little text thread with the 4 of us so we can.
Sounds wonderful.
Continue to work.
Marilyn McEnroe. is what
Marilyn Monroe is with
Monroe.
the hair. I don't know, but you probably pull your hair back. It's in a helmet, so
Most
A lot of
the
people wear
time.
braids. Yeah.
Okay.
You don't want it loose. There are a lot of pop culture references in
Yeah.
roller derby. You'll see a lot of Harry Potter or Star Wars
Okay.
or those types of names and a lot of puns. And they're
Yeah.
usually have some sort of double entendre. Like
Okay.
you're like, oh wait. Yeah.
it's a little dirty.
That makes a good name. Yeah.
How many teams are there in Montana?
7.
Okay.
Billings, Great Falls, Butte, Helena, here, Missoula.
Okay.
Wait, that's only 6. Who did I skip?
So I have to
I
think
did
of
that.
so
Thinking
they're,
all the
but,
big
so they're never
cities.
called by the name, right? It's Electric City because
Great
that's
Falls.
Yeah, Hell's Bells,
Hell's Bells, Flathead
Magic
Valley,
City, Flathead. That's the one I skipped.
Flathead,
Okay.
Kalispell.
Oh, that makes sense.
Kalispell is one.
And then you have bouts. They're called every couple of weeks. How often are we doing these?
We host games about once a month in the summer, with then July off because of the fair taking up our wonderful
Space.
hosting
Right.
space.
Yeah.
And we also travel and play away games with other teams in the state, and then we've got a state team that travels even farther to take on. We've gone to Phoenix, we've gone to Philadelphia to take
wow.
on teams from all over the country.
And how
cool.
long is a bout?
2 30-minute halves.
Okay.
Is there a website or something people can come to find out when and where they can come see them?
grderby.com.
grderby.com. We'll
And
link
I
that.
assume follow on Instagram. You guys
Yep.
plug the
Yep.
bouts
We
when
have
they're
Instagram
upcoming.
and
Absolutely.
Facebook,
Gallatin
yeah.
Roller Derby.
So I'll link that in the episode description so that people can easily find it. I don't know that we have any more questions, but we would
That
like
we're
to
gonna watch some
watch
stuff.
part of the practice, and,
Yeah,
and
great.
maybe Dame
Yeah.
Grenade can sit
There's
with
some
us and
people that have started to.
we can talk through it a
filter
little
in
bit.
and, yeah,
All
start
right.
gearing up.
Yeah, she can
Sounds
tell you
good.
what's going on.
And you'll be out there.
I'll be out there. I'll be
Mauled
running
Whiskey.
it.
All right.
We'll try and shorten your names to something weird.
Yeah. So it's so funny. My kids were little when I started, and they like. If you said Kelsey, none of my kids would know who that was. It's Whiskey.
Okay.
Because it's
Gotta
like.
be.
Yeah, Whipper and Nitty. They just know them by their derby
Derby
name
names.
because that's what I've called them. But there are girls on the team that I didn't know their real name for months. We had one girl, her mom came and I was working the table and she walked up and said, "I'm Bethany's +1." And I was like, I don't
Just blank stare.
know who Bethany is. And she was like, "Oh, Van Helen." And I'm like, her name's Bethany? No way. I never would have guessed that. Like you just, because you know them as this person.
Yeah.
So like Whiskey's in my phone as Whiskey. I would never call it Kelsey.
Okay. This is like military call signs.
I like it.
All right, outstanding. Well, the Top Guns are about to get out on the floor, so the rest of us we'll hang out here and talk into microphones.
Yeah.
All right, great talking to you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had no idea. And then I think Monica on Friends was diagnosed with Oscar's, and I'm like, it's really a thing? Like I thought my
really a
doctor
thing.
was
Here we go,
just
guys.
being
Guys,
funny.
enough talking about kids. We're jamming. We're jamming
Okay,
here.
So
All right.
Sparta is our jammer there in
oh,
black,
oh,
and you
yep,
can see
she's
how
tiptoeing,
quick
but she got shoved out.
how quick and jukey she is. So now she's going to come in behind whoever had pushed her back. And then
so-
I'm trying to see our other jammer is Shake and Bake.
But then once you get on the other side of the line, then you just
They
try,
just keep pushing. Yeah,
then
they're
you
just going to keep pushing around.
come back through.
Around-
You know why don't they ever go around the track?
They will. I mean,
Okay.
She's great on her
They're
feet.
just trying
She's
to
great on
kind
her
of
feet. I would have been
slow
knocked
each
down
other
3 times
down.
from Sunday. I saw that. Like people would push her, and she did this thing where she gets up on sort of her heels or her toes and like stops herself from falling.
Yeah, there
Got
are
it.
definitely skaters that do a lot of toe stop work. They're usually the smaller skaters. My toes will fall asleep if I try to do a lot of toe stop work.
Yeah.
And I've asked a couple of them, like, how do you do that? And they're like, it's what works for them.
And if you can manage your inertia better than the other folks on the track, then that gives you an advantage.
Right.
Shifty.
Yeah.
Oh,
All right, that was intense, but it didn't last very long.
No, yeah. And I think that's the
Practicing.
drill that they're practicing right now,
Yeah.
is just that drill. They're not, we'll see. They're going to do it again. So now you can see that Whistles has his whistle on his hand.
Yep. And what is he watching for?
I
Fouls?
think right now it looks like he's working on pack definition, because the hand signals that he's using are generally what we'll do as a
Ashley
sort of
just
pack is here.
shanked somebody. Man, I thought she was nice. She works with children. For
Nobody's
God's
nice
sakes.
anymore when you
I'm
get to.
kidding.
So does
Yeah, I'm joking.
Chaos, Special Chaos. She works with kids too, right? Like
That's awesome. No, I'm joking.
we
Outside-
was
outside the
outside,
Thunderdome,
right?
maybe.
That's their other persona.
Okay.
We laugh a lot at practices, especially. You'll get a lot of sorry, and I'm like, there's no sorry in Derby. Stop apologizing. And
Yes.
when I did my fresh meet,
Be mean.
we did a lot of like turning that around. Instead of saying, oh, I'm sorry, saying thank you for helping me learn how my pads work.
Oh, wow. Yeah, I like that.
Because you do, like you feel like you're in the way or hitting people, or there's a
So-
lot of boob grabs. And
Yeah, what's the most common injury you're going home with after a practice or a bout? Oh, that was a
bruises.
nice physical play there. Nice body contact. Is it just like bruising around the
bruising.
shoulders? And
Yeah. Arms, upper arms.
I'm a little surprised you're not wearing shoulder pads, honestly.
No.
As much upper body contact as I'm seeing.
Yeah, we do. You do a lot of hitting and pushing with your shoulders.
Yeah.
So you can see Sparta trying to find a hole there.
Oh.
And she's not finding it. And then so Lily just skated backwards a bit.
Yep.
To kind of get her back.
Oh, now we're coming around.
Right? And then Brutal jumped in that other group to try to help the other jammer get out. And Sarah, of course, is the one who escaped.
All right. Now you guys know everything
Quality
there
stuff.
is to know
Yeah.
about roller derbying.
It gets a little testy out here just for practice. I very much
can
looking
be
forward to
very
seeing the bout.
intense. Yeah. I think people are surprised at how fast everything moves.
Yeah.
Like it's even when a jam ends, they have 30 seconds to reset before the whistle blows to start the next jam. And you'll see the jam timer will yell 5 seconds as sort of everybody better be in their place. Because if you don't put your 4 blockers out there and the whistle blows, you just don't get to have 4 blockers out there.
Okay.
You just play without them.
These 3 blockers are really doing a number on this jammer here.
Yeah. So what you're seeing here is kind of a triangle formation.
Yeah,
With those
lot of-
blockers.
lot of
and
hips.
Then and you can turn and twist in that formation, and then you'll have your other blocker
Ooh,
sort of
there we
playing
go. Another bruise of the week brought to you by Bullfrog Spas. We're coming
And
around.
there's Baker. Shake and Bake is the first one back up. So she would be scoring points at this point. See what she did right there? She
Yeah.
just called off the jam. When she
Okay.
touches her hips like that,
She
she's calling off the jam and saying, all right,
Waved
I'm
the
done,
white flag.
to try to maybe grab her points before the other jammer gets there
Okay.
and gets any points.
See this. I see.
playing the advantage.
Yeah.
All right, that's great stuff. Thank you so much for
Yeah.
talking us through this, Dame Grenade.
I've enjoyed learning about this sport because I knew nothing
Yeah. It's
other than
it's
the
really,
Hollywood version.
It's really fun. It's really fun to watch. It's really fun to play. I think it's a really neat thing to be.
Well, thank you
part
for
of,
giving
obviously.
us a little window inside your slightly violent little world.